Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video I'm going to share with you and remind you that yes, you can still put your Samsung phone underwater. And in today's video I'm going to share with you a few tips and tricks that you can take to have a better experience if you are going to take your phone for the plunge. Now, Samsung phones have been IP rated, which means IP68 or IP67, ever since the Galaxy S5. Now, the Galaxy S25 sitting right here, this one is IP68, which means it's dust proof and water resistant. Now it's resistant for water up to 1.5 meters deep and up to 30 minutes. So that means that if you're only going down a couple feet, you can do that for up to 30 minutes, but I wouldn't suggest that long. But you can go as deep as 1.5 meters. Now, you don't want to do this in an ocean. There is salt in that water. I would suggest you can do this in a pool, and you can also do it in fresh water, which is what I did here. So this is Dogwood Canyon. This is pretty close to Branson, Missouri. These are some rainbow trout, and I just wanted to get a better look. And so this is a little bit of the footage that I recorded under the water. Now for this video here, what I did, because the lenses are on the top, all I did was I actually started the record and then I placed it under the water. So this way, water is going all the way about this deep on this phone here, and it's actually staying away from all of the controls. Now, here's the thing. When your phone goes underwater, all the pressure of all that water is touching your screen, so it is inoperable. So that means that what you want to do is head inside of your phone. Then inside of the phone, you want to head inside of your settings because you want to take a photo or video with the volume rocker. So when you go inside of your camera settings and you scroll down, you take a look at your shooting methods. So for shooting methods on the very top, you do this option right there, which is take picture or record video with the volume buttons. So as example, if I'm in photo, let's see if I swipe this around. If I'm in photo, all I got to do is hit this little volume button and it took the shot. If I go inside of video, I can press either one. It could be volume up or volume down. You can see it's recording. I press it again and it stops. So this is what you will do is if you jump into the water, your phone will not actually work because of all the pressure touching your screen. You want to tap on your volume rocker for you to either record or take a picture. Now, one tip that I would give you is that if you're underwater and you're trying to get a good shot, what could happen from the water pressure is that it might actually be switching between photo or video. It might zoom in, it might zoom out. So it might actually kind of mess up with what you're actually trying to shoot. All you would have to do is if I was going to jump into a pool, I would actually have this thing on video or photo. I would probably go to video, I'd hit record, and then what I would do as this tip is I would activate screen curtain because now nothing is going to interact with that camera setup. It's not going to switch the lenses. It's not going to zoom in, zoom out, pause, stop, all that good stuff. It's just going to stay right here because the only way that I can get out of this is if I was to double tap the screen or hit the power button. Now, if you don't know where the screen curtain is, all you'd have to do is just go right inside of Samsung's Good Lock. And also I downloaded, I think separate as well, but it's now actually just right inside of here underneath your display assistant. So this display assistant is now part of Good Lock. You can go right inside of there, and here's your screen curtain, and this is where you can add it as a quick button for your quick settings. So let me give you an example of what you can do. First off, take off your case. The only time I would suggest to not take off your case of your phone is if you have one of those waterproof cases. So if you have like a waterproof case that is meant to actually put your phone underwater and you're able to take photos and videos and it's encased, it's all that good stuff, then yeah, keep that case on. But if you have an everyday regular case, take it off because you don't want the water to sit around the phone and kind of damage it, obviously longer than that 30 minutes. So I always take the case off. Then what I'm going to do is, let's just bring in a little bit of bowl of water. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go inside of the camera and I'm going to hit on this little record first off. And I'm going to throw it in so you can kind of see what happens. So it is recording. Everything is perfect. There's no little pressure kind of pushing, everything around with zooming in or zooming out. If I want to stop this record, this is where you go inside and then you press your volume rocker. So again, maybe you're under the water first and you want to record your shot or take your photo. This is where, again, you have your volume rocker over here. You press your little volume rocker, and now it's recording. Because anytime you try to touch the screen over here, all the pressure of the water is completely surrounding the screen, so it already thinks that it's being touched this full entire time with like an entire palm. So the additional touch is just not working. That is where this volume rocker trick comes into play. So now let's say that I want to go underneath water. I want to go down there for a little bit of time, and I want to make sure that this thing is recording and not messing up. So I'm going to hit on the record button, and then I'm going to go right into my little screen curtain. I can throw this right in there, take all my pictures and everything I want, because the camera is running and screen curtain is still going. So this way nothing is interrupting this shooting process. And then if you are done, this is where you'd be able to just get out of the water, and you pretty much stop your screen curtain, which this one is done by pressing your power button right there. And again, if I need to stop it inside of here, I can hit on that volume rocker. So there's quite a few ways, that you're able to take shots and photos and videos and everything else. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry this off. And make sure you don't try to charge it with the charging port immediately. You want it to dry out first. So I always like shake it and everything. I dry it out. I sometimes blow in it. It's fun. You can actually take a look at the S Pen down here. There's just a little bit of water just sitting right there. And that's actually all the water that we'll ever get inside of there. And everything is that IP68 rated, even with that S Pen sitting inside of there. So let me dry this off real quick, and then I'll show you a few videos I took underwater. And now to take a look at a few photos and videos. So this is of the trout that's over at Dogwood Canyon in Missouri. This one was just a photo. This was me just dipping the phone underwater, really only just the camera sensors portion. I didn't need to put the whole thing in. The trout was just right there towards the very top. And then I just used the volume rocker right there to take the shot. Now this is a video of me doing pretty much the exact same thing. So again, I didn't have to put the phone all the way in. It looks like the phone went all the way in, but when you go from the top first and you only go to about like right here, it looks like you're pretty deep. Now this is where the water interacted with my phone and it zoomed in. So a couple times it made it look, cinematic. It kind of went in and went out. I didn't do that. And then at the very end, when it went all the way in, that was just the water pressure just touching the screen. A little bit of water droplets made it zoom in. That is where the screen curtain comes into play, where it would not zoom in. So here's just another video right here. This is of the rainbow trout. This is if you go to the very end of the walking path that's there. I believe the walking path is 3.4 miles or 3.2 miles to the very end, and then 3.2 back. So if I would have known that there was rock right there, I should have watched my screen a little bit better, but I would have been able to actually focus on the fish a little bit better and a little bit more clear. I think this one was a better shot. I kind of did it just a few times, and I went into a couple different areas to kind of take these little videos. So right there, the rock was kind of in the way, but then there's the fish. Comes right on out. So this is where you can get some really good shots. You can get some really good photos, some videos. If I was to kind of put my arm out a little bit further away from this portion here, all of this would have been, a fantastic shot. So this is pretty much where we were taking a look. This is the very end of that little nature walk out there. So I do highly suggest, if you guys have never been to Branson before, or if you guys have never been to Dogwood Canyon, it's a really nice place to go. Very, very cool place to actually take some shots. So if I was to scroll, this is like a chapel that was there. Some people actually hold weddings. You can just walk like right through out of here, and then you got your waterfall and the stream just right there. But yeah, it was a very beautiful place. But that was everything I wanted to share in today's video. I wanted to give you a little bit of tips and tricks. Yes, your phone can go underwater, but up to 30 minutes and up to 1.5 meters deep. And then also go through your camera settings. Make sure you turn on the take picture or video with your volume rocker. It makes it super easy. And if you want to make sure that your screen does not get affected by the water pressure, zooming in, zooming out, which you've kind of seen a little bit, that's where you can use the screen curtain. That is all I wanted to share in today's video. Hopefully you guys have appreciated it. Hopefully you guys have learned something. Maybe I've helped you out. If I did, give this thing a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.